Wilson Morales from Black Film TV. Hello, folks. How's it going?
Hi,
Hey,
Wilson.
Wilson.
So, David, you're up in your game in the horror genre. What led you to do Hellraiser, knowing this is the new version, but 11th installment, from what I've read.
Look, I was really fortunate because I had made a movie called The Night House with Phantom 4, David Goyer and Keith Levine, and writers Ben Collins and Luke Petrowski. And so Spyglass had brought David Goyer on to conceptualize what a new Hellraiser story might look like. And there are some similar themes and ideas in The Night House. And so it was a leap of faith. They came to us and asked us what we would do with it. And so that's how I got involved.
What about you, Jamie? How'd you get to be the Pinhead, the priest slash Pinhead?
Yeah, well, I mean, the audition came, and I didn't think in a million years that I would book the part. But my manager, she likes to say, don't play casting director. And so I said, okay. So I called up a friend of mine, Rain Valdez, who coaches me on all my auditions. And I went to her house and I taped the audition and I sent it in and I got a call back. And then after the callback with David and the amazing casting director, Eric Soulier, just playing with David for that hour and the callback, doing all the different scenes, a bunch of different ways. I knew I wanted the part. Like I knew that I wanted to work with David. And if it wasn't going to be on this, it was going to be on something. And then I got it.
It's not just a part. It is the part, Did you have to go back and play catch up and watch all of the other films? So that, because the fan base knows this in and out, so you're gonna have to know your stuff.
Of course, but no, I hadn't even actually seen the original. I watched the original the night before my audition, but I didn't want to. These are very big shoes to fill. Doug Bradley, did such an incredible, amazing, incomparable job, as the priest in the original films. And I didn't want, to be compared to, or sort of, mimic his performance in any way, shape, or form. And so I wanted to keep it really fresh. And David and I had lots of discussions about, what the intention would be and, what the priest would be feeling, what she would be thinking at any, given moment in these different situations with these different characters. And so, I mean, I know they're very big, blood-soaked shoes to fill, but I'm hoping that it's different enough that people will enjoy it.
And what about you, David? Obviously, you coming in here.
Yeah.
What did you want to do a little bit different, but something that entertains the fans who've been watching these things for a long time?
Well, look, we had to pay a lot of homage to what had come before us, and obviously, endless respect. These are really challenging movies to make. They're dense, they're complicated. You're playing with sex and violence in fascinating, very nuanced ways. So we want to be true to the spirit of all of that, but we also thought that there was a spirit of invention in Hellraiser, and so from a design perspective. We wanted to set ourselves loose to, and commit ourselves to, possibly showing the audience at times sights that are new. As a fan, that's when I think about Hellraiser, I think about a very expansive world full of possibilities. And there's something about it that's confrontational, and intimate, but also terrifying. And so, we had to kind of set ourselves loose to find our way to that. And for us, I think that was how, one respects the work. And, but other than that, a lot of the mythology, and I know there's a couple shout outs in the movie, things that I hope fans will get excited about that maybe haven't been resurrected in the Hellraiser movies for quite some time.
Well, to both for you, job well done. Keep it going. Hope to speak to you on your next projects. Have a good one.
Thanks,
Thank you so much, Wilson.
Wilson Morales from Black Film TV. Hello, folks. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, Hellraiser. I don't even know which installment this is, but all we know is that it's a reboot, And when you come into a movie like this, for each of you, did you have to go back and watch the first film and the others, or did you come into this spanking new? Goran?
I've seen all of them when I was a teenager. Yeah. So my favorite one, I have to say, number one was, I was still too young when that one came out, but number four was my favorite because they combined science fiction and the history, and that one was really my favorite. So when this came by and David started talking about it, I was like, okay, this sounds pretty good. This sounds like an interesting sequel. Something new. So we jumped in.
What about you, Hiam? Do you have a connection to watching these movies, or did you come in there new?
No, I'm really sorry. I'm going to disappoint you by saying
No?
I can't. I just can't. It's a can't for me, And I told David, again, this is another joke that I shared with him, and I said, I'll do this movie, but I'm not sure I'll watch it really. So it is what it is, It's too much imagination for my little head to go through.
This is obviously a franchise that's gone on and it's continuing, and obviously it's a new one for a new generation. What is about the lore of Pinhead and this franchise that keeps people coming back for you to say yes without, saying I won't even see it? Goran? But either one can answer.
Yeah, sorry. I thought like you were asking me because I just said I wouldn't see it, but because I came to it as a movie that was offered to me with a great director that I felt I really wanted to kind of explore working with him, and when I read, the character was really great to work with, and then I thought like, okay, you won't watch it, but maybe you should just experience what it is to be part of it, and that was really like a great part and a fun part. So, and again, working with David was really such a great experience, and all the characters, the actors, friends that I made on the show, and seeing, like the whole fabrication of these scenes was like an amazing experience.
For you, Goran, when people watch these horror movies in general, 90% of the cast do not last. So you read the script. Did you say to yourself, okay, where am I? Do I make it to the last page? Or it's like, okay, I'm just going to roll with it?
I did read the script, and I'm not allowed to talk about what's happening in the end, but have you seen the movie?
Yes, so we won't go into it.
So it was very very difficult to say no to play this character. It's really the trip this guy has from the first scene to the last is really insane. It was for me as an actor, it was a very beautiful piece of acting to jump in, especially with all these you almost play a creature in a way, with all these prosthetics and all of that. I've never done anything like this before, so it was an easy sell. And I've seen David's work before, so that was also very easy to say yes to work with David.
Hiam, are you a fan of this genre? I know you say you weren't watch this movie, but do you watch any of these movies at all?
I did when I was younger. I don't know. I think when I got older, I just was too scary, or I don't know what it is really. But sometimes even like movies that they have like a tension build up, just like they get me in the gut, and I just I feel so bad that I have to kind of breathe or just stop, in order to kind of stay humane. I don't know. It's just, but it's me really, So I really wanted to watch, and I wanted to watch the earlier ones, and I wanted to watch earlier work of David. I just couldn't. And if I have to, it has to be at daylight. I can't watch at night, and then I'm done. I'm, no sleep. I go crazy.
Well, congratulations both on this gig. I'm sure you have a new audience that's going to watch it, that's going to watch your work, and I'll look forward to seeing you on your next projects. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks.